And as you mentioned before, we've got those Glocks pulled in as Spooky can grab that corner. Woody gets away with the opening kill, but Spooky ends up with a double and a triple. 0-0 Prospects overwhelm the situation over at ramp. Now A-side control. Ghazi again looking for contact, looking for a kill, and finally adeX will drop. So 3v2 for the Bitfix side. That bomb is on its way in, but so are the
Youngster going to clear it out. Timing is everything, and it's going to favor 00Prospects in this one. Oh, actually, I say that, but...
Oh, Youngster. He's got two defined headshots found, but not quite the second player. That could have been real. Spooky backs down that position. Then Cheetah sees two players, gets 2 kills for it. Perfect headshot on Woody. Then Youngster fell in the interim, so 5 versus 3. adeX will get caught by Zame on the back of the B side. And now working in against all sorts of T-side contact individuals. Lax with the bomb on his back will start to make his way in. Zame had position ahead of the smoke. Catches Jimbo on the site itself, but with his back turn towards Lax, can't defend against that. So 3 could find the entry duel that sets up the retake, and indeed, Spooky falls. Little do they know that it's only Lax on the back of the site. Overwhelmed and sprayed down. VHW coming in for late. The bomb's not even planted for him. The smoke up to cover it off. The counter smoke's in. The engagement comes forward for Ghazi. And that was not the best post plants there from the T side.
Not necessarily being a friend positioning for HiGHLiGHTS as he finally makes it. Fourth round starting much better for 00Prospects. 2 frags found immediately. Woody on the return though. Good for 1, but yeah, everything's just kind of snowballing out of control here for the
It depends really if Ghazi and Woody want to try and go for this kind of a retake. I'm going to drop another AK on Lax, so there is expense to be held here for the Prospects.
The first proper buy versus buy round. A whole lot of money to speak of them there.
So advantage you mentioned earlier, but Bitfix can still easily win this round if they get some awkward duels in against them. Lax, however, his awkward spray is not going to affect him too much.
Pretty far up into mid as well, so Ghazi, well, needs to win out that duel, and he does do so as well.
Bit greedy from Youngster out Cheetah though, as the trade comes in for 3v3. Tapeware does at least catch him back alongside Woody's kill, and Tapeware doubles up, so there you go. Of the B side, backed up by a Youngster there, so have an opportunity. He's picked up by Lax very early on, and Youngster peeks out against Lax, who's still watching the cave entrance, and those 2 easy frags.
Not having anyone have eyes on Banana whatsoever. I mean, sure, you're well fortified if somebody were to push through Cheetah and actually into ruins, but if somebody just nears the banana area, you're kind of at a bit of a loss. We end it with 4. That's 3 MP9's a lot less utility this time on the side of Fix.
Oh.
All right, Tapeware with this MP9 back at it again.
All right, well.
Much needed start, that's for sure.
Take those. Unfortunately, got to take those as well. Spooky with a frag back on Youngster. VHW active outspots Ghazi. The accuracy of some of these AK entries have been good, but the response is still good from the SMGs though. Really gets Spooky to return on the B side, but adeX continues the frags on A after his initial peaks. Doesn't want to tempt fate any further. Falls back. Woody does burst on the Jimbo's head, so that brings it to an even man standing. And they're going to change their minds, commit towards it, at least for the moment. adeX betrayed Woody with a responsive. That's 3 kills from him in the round. Now looking for the quadra. VHW out in Temple. Woody back up the site, going to face back towards Donut as VHW will catch him in the back of the head and catch the 5th round for the Prospects.
Got to press his jump button.
Doesn't stop them from getting at least a kill here in the ramp control, but Lax makes a quadra and an ace fed up to him by Woody. And that's Eco ace, but
at the very least, but Same's still going to be the one to take initial damage. Jimbo hunting for basically the confirmed first blood, but not going to get it. Luckily for him, Lax with a precise nade to...
Smokes go down, the utility gets thrown over. I think a missed molly out there. Yeah. Youngster catches adeX, the AWP to drop the M4 of Youngster, still looking for a bit more. Catching Spooky into the double. Lax takes away the triple from the man. There's only 1 more CT left on the site, but backup has also been called in and it's rotated to effect. Woody will still end up dropping. Re-smoke to buy some cover, the bomb should get planted.
It should. At the very least, while their utility is down, but Lax still finds more. Let's get inside of the smoke. As soon as this smoke fades, it's going to be a lot more difficult, exactly, to get the bomb plant down. Ghazi, you don't need the face, but decides to do so nonetheless.
HP. Tag damage down. AK Jimbo overwhelmed by Youngster. Actually, good peek in from the window. Actually gets the man advantage for Bitfix.
From Zame.
adeX in the end though, so kill does go his way. A 5 versus 3, Bitfix taken back through the smoke though. Woody caught, damage done to Youngster with an nade. Max is thinking about where he might end up being at here. He's not going to go for the full-on blind shot. Instead, Youngster gets a kill on VHW as the smoke will clear back. Spooky with another trade, but Lax has fallen in turn, so it's all on Spooky in the 1v2. Knows where that bomb has gone down, will spray through the wall. Gazi trying to turn some wallbang damage in of his own right. The AWP to try to hold back against it, and finds the quick scope by hearing the bullets firing, getting vision on the trade.
It doesn't really matter how you win as long as you do. Coming out from Woody, gonna be good for one.
Nice heavily of his own right though. It's only done the Youngster out with the main control that maintains the man advantage with a double, including dropping the bombs. That's crucial info on a 4v2 now for Bitfix.
Let's see, Spooky has been able to make his way far up towards B, but does get punished for it as well. Zame, the one player over towards the B side of the map, does what he's needed to do, and that leaves Jimbo all by his lonesome, and yeah, no chance he's going to be able to check that corner.
So Woody placing the nades pretty well so far here on the Bitfix side. Forcing best round, kind of needs to go well for them, and Lax will give up his life to try and enable the rifle and his teammates to do some decent damage at the point. adeX watching back out towards main, but no one's really going to get caught out there. It's all on the site as Youngster deals with those rifles. It's all after adeX and Spooky. Spooky holding back, gets a couple of deagle shots alongside adeX, getting it down to a 1 versus 1 before he loses his life. Spooky on for the triple. Taper in the smoke, he's holding the defuse, and he's not going to get off it. Not playing the mind games, just playing for the objective. Effectively, nades back to regain a slight advantage. Bitfix, Woody turns into a decent kill, but Jimbo turns 180 against him. Almost catches that player through the smoke. VHW spraying through his Youngster will eventually end up falling, so Prospects will gain the man advantage here.
Yeah, rotations need to be in time as well, and that's a good win for Taper right now. Finds the lurker of, at least they think they have an idea, and they would be correct. Zame with a much important frag onto Jimbo, not going to be able to deny the plant.
Ooh. Okay.
There you go.
Until this point, now where was this squad throughout the first handful of rounds? Woody and Tate were able to get 3 kills before they're traded. Gazi actually is the man that fell first towards Lax. So 3-on-2, tries to force Lax off, but he's so close. He won't catch any of that U2. Instead, just peek in. Quick headshot to fire, back to a 2 versus 2. Now here come the CT side. Flashes over, still got to play deep in it long, but Lax doesn't need him. He's on for another ace, but he's denied by Spooky. So only a quadra in this round. So unable to complete the whole 3-peat.
Because that's failed twice now.
Spooky holding down the kills, then a mid-control to kick things off with the 00Prospects. Is traded again by Zame. That's not a 2-for-1 that favours the Prospects. They spread out towards the mid-control. Again, Bitfix are taking a play out of the opposing playbook. They've gotten deep in towards that B site. Found the kill out towards Elbow, and now start the rotations in. Lax, I think he's got an inkling suspicion. He's checked it. Oh, that's the advantage gone now. Both in the man advantage and the map control, but still the kill's forced out by Zame on the A site, so they'll get up on plant for this here. The engagement towards Donut, though, Jimbo wins the fight, so it all leaves it on to Zame to get a quadra clutch of his own right. Not going to happen. Lax puts him down and puts on the 10th round.
Yeah, we're actually going to push out with a scout in hand. Feels very optimistic and gets about the expected return. VHW is actually going to win out his initial duel versus the AK, which is big for them. No immediate burst onto that A-bomb site for Bitfix. Lax is going to be able to reposition and take care of business. Moving men towards the right site.
Yeah, as Lax gets Woody as well, posts up his 26th and 27th kill in this map towards the back side. Just burst fire in from the blind CT players. Youngster will lead the charge, but also lead himself to his demise. adeX there with the kill. We'll lose VHW, but he up-tracks the double. Edge of the smoke sees Zame for the triple as well. Looks like a shot you can't really land. Lax is traded back, but adeX is looking for his own ace. Can't quite land it. USP is pulled out. And indeed, he does get 5. Our third
board. That's really the name of the game at this stage.
Jimbo does come good with the opening kill, but quickly responded to by the numbers game in the Tech 9 of Zame. AK picks up adeX's orb. Does get dealt with a quick transfer for Tapeway. He's had enough of this. Zame involved. Looks above it. Is he going to catch a CT? No, he won't. The sprays go all over the place. Connect some damage. No kills. 2 kills for Lax instead of VHW. Now the trade back from Woody, trying to see if he can win the clutch. Toggle baits! And Lax can't quite win out the fight. Not quite able to get
into the swing of things. That's a solid way to start. At the very least, that's the MP9 down and out. Quick response though from adeX. We're not expecting the operator to to be anywhere
Make
near.
his way to the center of the site. Youngster barely sees him and does win out that duel with the AK advantage. The AWP in the back site dealt with by the man. So double up for Youngster. Jimbo has found a response towards Zane, but will not last much longer. Youngster with a pretty easy triple and Lax left alone.
Double figures at the very least. Be able to hold on to 3 players as well. And
Sure, I like this. He's going to leave his teammate all alone against 3 players. Lax with all sorts to line up. He gets his 30 bomb, but no more than that. Tapeware takes him away. Backstabbing from VHW the same AWP. Oh, what is that? Spooky forced the train him back. The AK Youngster striking in, able to get a kill alongside Gazi getting adeX. VHW suddenly alone. Shenanigans in that round, all sorts of stuff going down, and it's not over yet. VHW, he's dipped in for a double. He's had single-digit frags throughout the course of this map. If he can find man directly overlooking the bomb ahead of the ramp, control, and the AK lands. Okay,
well, see if Lax is going to be able to do anything at all. Finds Swan. Taper actually the only one to commit through the smoke there in B doors with the A bomb site. They still do have Youngster kind of lurking about, and he's going to find Spooky as well, so this might hold players at the very least in place for 00Prospects.
The smoke's down and Lax will start to move. VHW, bit of a task, holds onto the bomb carrier. Jimbo chimes in from Temple as well. Gazi will trade in at VHW, holds down the bomb one more time. 7 seconds for Youngster on that late lurk, knowing that he's out of the round here. He'll hold on to the AK with no choice in the matter. And finally, after a very...
Still being tossed up by 00Prospects right off the bat. Still, frag for Bitfix, at least initially.
Oh, Lax extending so far to get those 2 kills with sheer efficiency. He found those picks, but Tapeware trades back to a 3-on-3. So not the most efficient site here. And a push forward in towards Cave. Might be where Spooky can find an advantage. No, Gazi takes him down. And Youngster against VHW, capitalizing upon that map control once again. And the AWP won't last long either. Youngster with his second frag at the flashes in to allow him to enter, back his turn, and Jimbo gets the kill. Can't quite double up. It's Gazi with a responsive to a 4 versus 4. adeX forced out away from Wood. Looks in towards Caves. Got to win this fight, but he doesn't do so. Gazi trades it. 12 points of health. Spooky blind for the smoke. Catches Youngster. Brings it in evens. Bomb's going to get planted from here. VHW with a kill, and it's also going to be a responsive from Spooky on the other side of the site. Zane's got to secure the plant from here, but he hasn't got time and hasn't got breathing room. 15.
Away we go. As you said, map point for 00Prospects. A lot of trading to start us off.
It's going to be one out by the Prospects in the end here. Spooky with the latest onto Youngster. Gazi onto the 34 kills so far in this matchup. Make it 35 as Zane falls. And Gazi is all that's left. 1-on-3. Looking out towards mid, looking towards site, tapping to reveal his angle. Of course, here in Donut, that was already a known entity. And there's Spooky to slowly wrap the corner, get the headshot, and get the map for the 00Prospects. 16 there. Oh, seeing nothing onto that short position. Has seen 2 players now get that headshot on the first man, not the second. Jimbo responds towards it as they dive down onto the ace site from Palace Bomb Plant. 4v4 retake.
Yeah, HiGHLiGHTS does have a kit, though, in his hands, so time not necessarily going to be the biggest factor just yet. And the duels are actually going the way of 00Prospects as well. 4v2. Oof. Turned into 3v2 there. Frags going back and forth. Woody all by his lonesome now. Stuck by Tetris, then I think he's been spotted as well. I think there was a long leg.
Yeah, they'll just smoke on the bomb and hold it back from harder cover. There it is. Effective stuff from the 00Prospects retake.
The
first
for them. Lax going to be the B department's defender. Didn't hear anything, but still going to continue to shoot and still going to find the gold at the end of it. Going to fall through the smoke early on, but Taper, okay, that's a nice find with the Galil. So we'll
scaffolding, so he doesn't look down onto the connector or anything where Youngster and Tapeware are held from. Tapeware does get caught. VHW on the reload. Might get overwhelmed by the AK here. Seeing the gun barrel. Tap around the corner. Spray goes a little bit awkward for him, but he does come up with a kill in the end. So 3-on-3. One more player to deal with in Spooky. He's come back in for position. Gets that frag. Sees the second player back out towards default. Force out a kill in the end of things. Now got the player up Palace. Dealt with by Jimbo. Leaving it all towards Zane. Does get that one good frag of the Deagle. And now Spooky left to try and get his own double up instead. Spray through continues. That's 2 for Prospects.
I'm actually going to get aggressive as well. First round goes way up to HW and adeX. Yeah, just lining him up in the mid. And Youngster does get a bit of a... Oh, I wouldn't say welcome gift. And oh, that's a sick follow-up, honestly, onto Jimbo. So economic damage definitely being done here. Would have been great if he could have found one more, but not to be the case.
And their guns in as well. The AWP battle goes the way of adeX as Zame gets caught. Extension from VHW will also lean up. Smokes.
Woody though, getting all the way into Delpan and just getting to find 2 frags for it as well. There is a return from Jimbo, so we're back at there now. VHW still in an aggressive position and going to be good for the first one.
Backs up for the second though. Might get sandwiched in if he's not careful. The player on the site itself sprays through from Jimbo, going to try and see if they can bail him out, but no, Gazi and Tapeware come up with those kills, so it's all left to Lax on the back. Idea of a ramp take. It's Tapeware now, looks on a position and times it so perfectly. Gets his double up and gets the first round for Bitfix.
Nonetheless.
Oh, that's spooky with the kill on Tapeware, so about Deagles being sharp for Bitfix. Yeah, here comes the hit. That burst of the AKs. adeX gets caught off. Jimbo falls to the taps of Woody. So 4 versus 2 as Lax will fall to the AWP of Zame.
So let's see if we can actually double up on this. Dangerous to pull out a grenade, and yeah, he's going to pay the price for it as well. So should be able to pick up that off. Yeah, flies right.
Positives to the prospects. Bitfix baiting in the aggression of Spooky. It's the first M4 that peaks for when it gets dropped early.
M4 either, but yeah, pushing out at adeX, actually finding 2 with the MAC-10 and spotting the bomb as well.
As they go on top of the firebox, a reface might cost him his life. He might get no choice in the matter. Molotov's in. T's converging from all sides. Tapeware and Woody. Kills found for both, leaving Lax.
Bitfix going to take the lead for the first time in quite some
control, and then being in the advantageous position coming into this matchup. Oh, can't really do much against the one tap from Gazi though. Quick peek, Spooky down, Youngster in at connector. Orb's not aware of it, so quick peek against him will also drop the case. So 5 versus 3. Jimbo does find a trade back and looks for a double up. He gets it with a triple actually. VHW still's one in the mix. And that maintains the advantage back for the prospect in his hands. Might cut some rotations and the bomb tries to commit towards the B side, but Lax peeks in at the right moment, gets him the drop and leaves Woody alone.
The AWP, which doesn't necessarily make the retake any easier, but works perfectly for the occasion as Woody peeks out on Catwalk. Eyeing to the side of Bitfix. Very quick tempo change here, but not accounting for Spooky playing far up in connector. Top mid smoke's not gonna, or top con smoke is not gonna do a whole lot. Nice adjustments from Tapeware there to win out the duel. Maybe that actually gives them an idea that it might be towards B, and adeX is definitely caught off guard, but not to be the case for VHW.
3-on-2 situation, leaning in for a bit more. Tap burst, sprays come through, 12 HP, overwhelmed by Woody in the end. Spooky back at the CT stairs though, gets his trade, leaves it all on Gazi. Jimbo crossfiring out a jungle, swings at the right moment. Again, his timing is perfect.
Oh.
Perfect from Spooky. He saw that coming a mile away.
Still though, commitment from Bitfix, and Tapeware does a good job of finding one.
Only one. Oh, and it's back up in Woody's dealt with by the AWP. So, bomb dropped. Spooky's here in footsteps, can call it in. There he is. Knows where the last player is. And just taps his head off his shoulders. A triple for him in this round.
Underpass. Still going to win it out. Even with the pop flash coming in, Spooky not having the time of his life so far.
They're making some sort of play either to get the trade or to get the info back, and that sets adeX up for the execution. Gazi out with no util, easy pick for the AWP. Rotations from underpasses, Lax will try to join him in from connector, but adeX is not done. He gets a kill, but him and VHW fall to the man advantage of the Bitfix side. 3-on-2 in the post plant. Bitfix have control, and they extend that control a little bit further as that lurk up the apartment is removed, covered off by the ticket booth. Zame's all ready for the cross, holds the crack angle, and cracks one off.
Kind of a result is something that you should be expecting. He is easy. Spooky, though, this time around is able to get one before he falls. Even trade, and we've seen Bitfix actually being able to do a pretty decent job of it once they've been given these kind of equal trades to start us off, and Tapeware's going to extend that as well. Back and forth we go, but Bitfix come out of it ahead. 3v2. Don't actually commit towards the B bomb site. They did have the opportunity, and that's going to be a bit of a painful realization that it might have been the wrong choice.
Oh, Jimbo always played to perfection. Player unsure. Did he hear the drop? I think he might have made a bit of noise there. Gazi instantly responded to him as soon as he got off the ladder.
Bitfix again deciding to change the direction. Well, doesn't end up mattering because Ghazi has buys coming out from the CT side to close this out. Tempo's been pushed up as well.
Yeah, from both sides, Jimbo forcing forward. Getting traded back by Youngster, the Deagle of VHW, gets Ghazi out in the Palace position. AK in his hand, Spooky's Deagle also strikes towards Zame. So a 4-on-2 scenario as a result. Smokes up, he's looking for more rifles here. We'll pick one up, spray back from Woody, drops himself. As Spooky finds the headshot through the smoke at the right angle, at the right timing. Now it's Youngster left alone, 1-on-4, picked up by VHW. And it will be 8-7 for the 00Prospect. An awkward force by one of 3-4 players actually standing on the B site, including the player at Market. Jimbo strikes first at a kill, but he drops adeX and VHW out of the round. Jimbo looking to try back in against Woody. It's 3 kills, 4 kills traded back by the CT forces. Now Jimbo's left to do it on his lonesome. 3 to his name. I believe they both made the jump face, so it's all on Jimbo to tap up more heads, get a quadra in, but finally fall to the hands of Youngster.
Yeah, we're on the T side, but he has kind of fallen off the sword, dropped an AK for Jimbo. adeX already putting one of the AKs.
Same. Looks in the connector alongside Ghazi, loses his life for Mast in for Ghazi, does trade it back. So Lax will drop in a 3 versus 3, but that bomb's on the site now. It can get planted. Only one CT to block it in at CT spawn. Jimbo looking for the hunt. Sticks the bomb plant. Not covered off by a teammate. Tapeware denies. Now we're at the man advantage to extend to a 2-man advantage. VHW with it all to do. Gets that first pick. No more than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this could be the optimal choice. Ghazi, though, is still going to win out the first duel. Does get a dink through the wall initially, and Woody's there to follow up as well. So everything working out Bitfix's way right now. Spooky down. Jimbo, VHW, the only ones to stand, at least for the time being. As soon as you utter the words, it's only VHW left alone. 1v5. And his journey onto a magnificent ace. Goes through the smoke, but going to post up at the corner. It does work out nonetheless. Finds Spooky. Molotov's out. Ensure a safe passage out for him and his teammate. Zame actually might get a bit of a bonus frag on the way out. Ghazi follows up as well, so in a matter of seconds, he has to win this. Zame again continuing with his aggression, gonna catch Lax out. VHW, bomb on back, all by his lonesome. Question is now, is 00Prospects even gonna get a kill for the round? One.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, one.
But gotta give credit where credit is due. This time though, adeX is able to find an opening, but it's short-lived. Youngster quick on the trade. Lax has it.
Oh, Spooky watching in from mid, trying to cut those rotations off. Does get one player to fall. That's Woody out. Flashing for Zame. Orp leaning forward, not seeing the side player at stairs. Youngster does though. Kill found alongside Zame. VHW forced to trade with 2 versus 2. Shots ringing out, but VHW gets a double up. Looking for the triple, but not quite. Spooky comes in from connector and out from short control. Attention or not feeling it at the moment. It's just a missed shot for adeX as Orp then peeks back over a dark tapeware. It's going to evade it as well. They think it's clear. Little do they know it's another casualty to take. Jimbo trades it at last. The 4 versus 3 have still favors Bitfix, and the tap from Spooky brings us in an evens.
It's a massive pick to find as well. No smoke for T-Spawn though, so a secondary op is going to be brought into the battle. Might not even be needed. Look at the Youngster go. Finds 2, and all of a sudden it's just
10 seconds and he's dead. There it is. 2 rounds away from taking this map in an unexpectedly dominant fashion. At least adeX will get a kill on Woody. Not slow on reaction timings this time. Connects here, but VHW gives up his life out of Palace again. No util support.
A bit of an overreaction from the side of Bitfix on many occasions, but it's not happening. And Tapeware does manage to finally get rid of adeX in the ladder room. So again, advantage slides with Bitfix, and it's going to be extended once more as well. These slow crawls doesn't really seem to do the trick for 00Prospects, and you're kind of wondering what the end game is.
From the CT side, trying to get aggressive on that short control. adeX on the A site will catch Youngster, looking to Palace, but evade the CT player that's out there, as will VHW, but he turns back, and that offers up his life. Okay, a 5v3, making it 4v3 as Ghazi will be able to trade back on Jimbo.
Deep inside of the A-halls, why do you even want to be in that area if your buddies have already decided that they're going to hold on to their time being? And it looks to be the case as well, as adeX falls. to Ghazi up in B-Abs.
To count the smokes in with the CT side. Youngster trying to trade places with him, and we'll catch that frag.
Oh, 5e doesn't quite have the same kind of impact as it did over on Ancient. Zame extends it yet again. Realizes that you can fully play off of the advantage that you have, but still gets found through the smoke. Wanted to regress up at the flash from
Jimbo trying to work into the jungle control. It's Tateway with his orb onto Jimbo. Woody up against VHW, deals with him, and adeX will fall to Ghazi, finishing off the job that he started in short control. Engagement for Spooky, that can spot ahead. Same tag for the 6 points of HP. It's Tateway in with the opening kill. Lax will get a trade. Tateway doubles up though, and Lax just can't quite seem to get anything out of the situation. Finally, ends up training Ghazi as Tateway falls to Jimbo. 3v2, make it 1 as Jimbo extends forward. Woody drops, and it's all on Youngster in a 1v3 clutch.
He might, I was about to say, if he just continued further on through Monster there, that backside could have potentially gotten in a little bit sooner than we would have expected. Still going to be able to find Jimbo as he makes his way up short. 2 players to find and Lax. Well, we just need to sneeze at him from the fall, but no sneeze anywhere near him as he wins out the duel.
On top of 3 others. Youngster hoping for a decent shot and actually gets the kill towards adeX, and not even that much resistance, just a quick tap to the head. Unfortunately, it's only a Mac 10 being lost there, and they will charge their way forward. Might get caught off, or might catch off Spooky, so there you go. A $600 frag in a 4-on-3 situation for Bitfix. They might just full send into the site now that they've got a Galil and a Mac 10 to try and play with on the retake. No kid, that might not be a concern looking up though. And indeed, more kills pour in, but Zame and Woody, it's all left to Jimbo on the diffuser. Just stick to 10 seconds. Got to come in from Monster, and he's got to face 2 more CTs on the way in as well. Guns out for both of them, and they win that fight. Bitfix with an eco steal.
Times? We have a rebuy. That's a good find from Spooky. Woody down through the wooden panel.
Been spotting Null here, the player see the gun barrel and eventually win that fight against Spooky. So 4-on-4, the advantage gained by Bit. That short control, expecting there to be some sort of CT rotator. Jimbo, HiGHLiGHTS actually distracts, and they think that might be the only forward player in water. He does get a kill back towards Ghazi as a result, but adeX has fallen in the interim, and Jimbo's quick to follow suit. 1 player left outside of Monster, dealt with by Youngster, who gets his kill, grabs the AWP and a kit, and will grab the round.
Ton of damage, but here we go. On to the B side we go, and a nice turnaround from Woody to find 2, but it's still even trades.
Still even trades, actually. I thought that Jimbo was finally going to break the cycle, and indeed he does, but not against Guards, against Tateway up in heaven. So now left on Youngster, inbound from Graffiti, smokes being thrown over. Spooky didn't see him, 4x3'd. 1-on-1, Jimbo, low HP, but just got to land that headshot, and that's what he'll get for it. So it will be
Lax. They spot through elbow.
He spotted a lot more than his elbow in the end there.
Yeah.
adeX is all trying to protect that AK, unable to do so. So the eco does work out to at least get 1 gun out of this one, but they don't know that the stack is in towards that long control. Oh, adeX lands a collateral, and will close out with a quadra in a respectable sequence.
The grip and the stronghold they had on this half. And Zame doing his damnedest to bring it back. Spooky once again falls early on, and short water aggression is not going to pan out for Bitfix, so the opportunity they created for
WP, I mean, uncontested.
Definitely not something you expect to see, but Youngster will find the first frag onto Lax. adeX surely. Yeah.
But we land a collateral, instead he just needs 2 shots and he gets them both, so not like it's much of a difference. And now we'll cut off the rotate. All sorts of control being maintained by the Gs as adeX makes it a triple, and Tapeware is all that is left. A 1-on-3.
In that fashion. I guess he does feel a little bit more confident about his chances if Tapeware tries his luck. Not going to be feeling hot right now. Could turn around at any given moment. Aggressive setup. Works to find the opening for Bitfix, and Youngster's going to push on behind this as well. Question is he going to get caught up by the player playground? No chance. Thrown utility is going to give adeX away.
Flash their way in, AK spray onwards, and Ghazi gets the next kill. Spooky to fall, VHW and Jimbo. 2 players left as Tapeware tries to dive in against them. Side set towards the back of the position as Tapeware with the kill against VHW, and Ghazi hits Jimbo the same. So all 5 alive for the Bitfix.
Tees don't feel comfortable about basically walking through the wilderness without using utility. Woody's going to find 1. VHW had a faint hope of being able to help out and get a return frag. That's not going to be the case. Instead, we're about 25 seconds into the round, and there's still a significant advantage, or again, is still, again, trying to stay with as many players alive as possible. Lax is going to have something to say about that, though, but it's short-lived. Youngster.
Now try isolate at least one of those picks out towards Grill. Woody will fall, and the rotations, of course, will be called in. Leans in out the other side of the smoke, and that gives away his life. So Tapeware getting his kill versus several T-side players. Youngsters also there for the first contact. The AK spray that will catch a kill back. He's just going to rotate back. Tapeware gets the kill on VHW. Jimbo's forced to trade back on one of the players. Can't quite find the second though. So 4 versus 3. Bitfix working hard to maintain this part control. The AWP of adeX sees the boost and catches Woody. Takes some damage for it, and that forces the rotate back into the back corner, not the front corner, and it's an easy pick for the CT instead.
It's so far forward push for adeX. Man, disadvantage here. 3v2 made into a 2v2 by Spooky, but Zame quick to respond, and so is Ghazi. Bitfix are going to extend it. Are going to take.
Hearing that jump face out towards the boost, try and counteract the CT there. No, he looks for Tapeware, who aggresses instead. There won't be a second jump out. Vex will start to gain control in the mid position, and VHW will catch Woody off in the end by going back into short pipe, extending out towards water, getting now to a 5 versus 2 with Jimbo's pick on a youngster. So Ghazi if they want to.
Yeah, the world's zeros right now, and seemingly the right thing to do is just to sit still, and eventually the players will come running at you. Ghazi, admirable effort so far, finds 2, but that's also very clear indication of where, well, what bomb site they should go to. Actually finds a 3rd as well onto Lax, so does have his back covered by Jimbo, and Ghazi, a bit of a brazen attempt through the Molotov there. Aggression through long. Oh.
Players just get mowed down by Lax and adeX for their transgressions in long, so not much to flip of it. Utility thrown over towards long position, or adjusts from adeX and gets Tapeware as well. Ghazi and Zame, last 2 players left. 00Prospects. We got one good pick back towards them, but both players now in the bathrooms. And the Prospects now recognizing that they have to rotate into a position. Finding the kill on Ghazi. They still haven't recognized where Zame is, though. You know he got the kill, so they must be aware that he's out here somewhere. 1v4 regardless, though. That also means that the B site's open, so the bomb's going to commit towards it, and Spooky will just tap the head of Zame off.
When Spooky decides to push out, could get dicey, but instead, no, it's going to start off with a double opening. Make that a triple for 00Prospects, and this should be an 8th round and a 1 T-half.
Tapeware's trying to hold on here with the Mag 7, try and dish out some damage as Woody actually gets the kill with the Deagle. Now a known entity as VHW removes Tapeware from the play, and that bomb will just commit towards the VC. Somehow staying alive. That nade probably finishes the job against him, and yeah, too much HP damage being done, so sticking around for way too long. Composition. Spooky walking forward in a monster, 1 player around the corner, and Youngster's head taken clean off from his shoulders. Looking for more, it's VHW that gets Ghazi next to the 5 versus 3. Lax waiting for the next player to peek in from short. That's Tapeware with the bomb dropped, and probably the round as well.
Yeah. Would he get to at least start the attempted comeback here? Finding one maybe should be it. Pistol accuracy, not necessarily at the top, but adeX manages to close that one out. Woody still not having taken any sort of damage, but you don't love his chances. Finds the 00Prospects AWPer, but then walks into the crosshair of Jimbo, who's having a pretty...
AK is the M4 standing by up. Dame that gets scored by adeX. His feet sticking out from below the wood position. The wallbang attempt to be successful in adeX. He even gets a second. He'll be being paid up to 15 HP. Almost tripled it up. Unfortunately, Woody and Youngster get those trades together to bring us back
out. The second CT player is moving out. No, he's actually going to be able to keep his focus on the ladder for a little bit of time. But Youngster's already made it deep into bank, and that's going to be an easy pickup for him.
That's a playbook out of 00Prospects, his own strategy.
Yeah, from the 00Prospects part, but still the issue of having pistols versus, well, now 4 AKs.
Still strike back to VHW and Spooky getting Youngster. Jimbo full damage done to Ghazi. Hold on. 1 on 2 now for Woody. There's an AK for VHW. Spooky, they've got the bomb in their hands as well. Woody moving up. Can't quite seem to see them and making a lot of noise. Swings up, flick back, doesn't know where the transfer. Runs out of ammo. Glock picks up USP against it, and Spooky's going to steal.
Bomb
Prospects.
The entire site with Molotovs and nades before you move in. And have it work that way, but regardless, didn't work out for Bitfix and VHW. Farming
In a
some
hand at sneaking in a kill or two at the bomb plants, very unlikely. A round win is impossible now as Youngster falls. Take the 1 versus 5 to fall towards Spooky. All 5 alive for the Prospects.
Tower here from 00Prospects. Oh, and it actually backfires.
Youngster is running out of the very last bullet to the ace site just yet. You have access to Woody though, taking him out to the 4 versus 4. Now the AWP can close in for definitive. Ghazi caught adeX with the kill. A man advantage now for the Prospects. He's pressured, but he still gets 2 kills with that. AWP make it a triple. VHW deals with tapeware on the site, and that'll be the end of Bitfix.
A significant lead as well.
There goes the kill for Youngster. Lax takes him down. Good start around. The boost accounted for VHW. Perfect kill on Woody. A bit of revenge extracted by the B-site defenders here. Their own boost removed from play in the last round. This time around, they're going to get not only the booster, but his table in tapeware. Ghazi does find a way to work in towards Monster, but only 1 pick is good for him. And it's Zame alone in the 1 versus 4. Bomb on his back, working in towards Monster, with position now being revealed. CT's hunting him. He gets those 2 kills, though. Sees the 3rd CT on the back of the site. Unawares of where adeX is coming in from, though. Rotating out towards Heaven. Head not being seen. Player F3 definitely being seen, though. Zame, no idea where the last player is. And on the rotate out towards the site as well. The AWP misses him from Dumpster. Pistol pulled out. He knows he can win it off the back of that alone. And that's exactly what he'll do. Zame, unable to capitalize upon God's gift.
Bitfix not being able to post rounds on the T side. And it does get more difficult once adeX starts finding opening frags like that, too.
Gets a second as well against Tate, where VHW falling in trade. Spooky comes up towards short, and Woody goes down. Ghazi and Youngster, the last 2 players left, will try work their way back in. A flashbang forward from the control, allowing Lax a decent kill of his own right, and doubles up towards the last man of the T side.
Down into underpass, and it is a bit of a double setup, so this might catch, well, not only the first duel off guard. Oh, look at VHW. That is clean. Not going to suspect 1 extra player to have gotten past already, but he's done more than enough at this point. And Ghazi, though, are you actually going to get a little bit of luck going your way? Well, not before adeX makes you the sole player alive.
Oh, no!
Oh!
The body threw him off.